Okay, we're going to be talking about silhouettes since we are doing silhouettes of our sea creatures and our palm trees. So we're going to talk about what a silhouette is, especially when we are talking about a silhouette when we are creating art. A silhouette is going to be any object that is going to be in front of some type of a light source, and it is actually blocking the light source. So if you are standing back and looking towards the light, you will only see the complete shadows of whatever the object is. You will not see any details. So the difference, and for us to really understand what a silhouette is, we have to know the difference between a silhouette and a shadow. Ms. Brucker, how do you know that's not a shadow of a hummingbird and flowers? Well, first of all, I know it's not a shadow because a shadow, you'll never be looking towards the light to see a shadow. The shadow will always be across from the light source, not towards the light source. So that's already a clue that this is going to be a silhouette. A silhouette is real. You can actually walk up and touch a silhouette. A shadow is an illusion. It's not real, and we're going to look at the difference in just a minute. But just know that this is a silhouette because I know that the light source is behind it. The other side of the hummingbird and the other side of those flowers are going to be completely lit up and bright. The sun is hitting it. You're going to see every detail. There's no shadows. There's not going to be any shadows on that hummingbird, any shadows on the flower on the other side. But because the other side is so bright, the back side is going to be completely dark. So now let's look and see what a shadow is. Let me get out of this. Okay, so here's a picture of a little girl. She's on a swing. There's a sun behind her, or a moon, and there is her shadow. She is blocking the light of the sun, her body is, so it's going to create a beautiful shadow in front of her. So this is a shadow. You could actually, if you were to touch that shadow, it's an illusion. It's not real, right? It's not really the little girl. But if we were sitting on the ground and we were looking up at the little girl, we would only see the shadows on her. We would not see any light. We would not be able to see any detail. All we would be able to see is this up here. Okay, and the sun behind her. So that is what you need to understand. A silhouette is going to be real. It's going to be the real person. A shadow is not. It's the illusion. And a shadow is always going to be across from the sun. You're never going to look up to the light source and see a shadow. That's where you will see the silhouette. So let's look at a really good silhouette picture. I really liked this one. All right, so this is a good example of a silhouette. Do you see the light behind the elephant? That means that I could go up and touch that elephant. He's real. That's the silhouette of an elephant. It's not the shadow because the sun is behind him. Look at the birds. These are silhouettes of the birds. We can't see detail. All we see is the shadow part of the bird because the part facing the light would be lit up, not behind the light. It's going to create no details, just a solid black outlined figure. And then I was going to show you a picture of, I really loved this picture. We have silhouettes of the buildings. This is a good example of both. And then we have the shadows of the buildings and the reflections of the light. That's the difference. I could go up and touch these. This, I would only be touching the water. It's just the shadows. It's the illusion. Okay? So, when we are creating our pictures today, just know that's why we did the light source behind the sea turtles, the sharks, the dolphins. We did the light source behind it because it's real. We could actually go up and touch those animals. We're only seeing the dark side because the other side is completely lit up by some light source. Okay, so I just wanted to explain the difference between silhouettes and shadows for our projects that we're doing. Okay, have a good day.